In a greenhouse at Binghamton University in New York State, Stim Wilcox is setting up to record a fatal confrontation between spiders. One in its web, the other, called Portia, about to be released from her plastic bucket.
This is called a Portia Pallas, of course.
The Portia spider is a hunter of other spiders.
It's amazing. They just sort of lock on like warriors with prey in sight and the sword raised.
Now everything happens very fast.
She's signaling. It's perfect. She's stalking. God! She pounced the prey. If you got that in film, we've got it.
We're about to find out what just happened. But first, here's Portia alone in all her bizarre beauty, with headlamp eyes that shine out from a brain filled with cunning.
The first step to record is to put the recording device on the webbing.
Every time he witnesses Portia's prowess, Stim Wilcox almost glows with pride.
They are amazing little dynamos of cleverness, deceit, problem-solving, thinking, and just plain flat-out instinct. As a research animal, just from the strictly scientific viewpoint, is a dreamboat animal. It's got it all.
If Portia's got it all as a research animal, then this, and other of the class of spiders called jumping spiders, runs at a very close second. It's a female mavia, sharing with Portia a huge pair of eyes up front and 3 smaller eyes on each side. Here's a male mavia with gray stripes and bright orange-yellow pedipalps, mouthparts that look like extra legs. When he courts the female, he scuttles from side to side in a ritual shaped by evolution to let the female know he's a potential mate and not a meal. Now things get strange, because this is another male mavia, black and white with 3 tufts on his head. When a female's around, he too does a mating dance. But this is a sort of, hey look, I'm over here. Only after he gets an okay signal from the female does he sidle in for the final approach.
Here we go. I'm dropping the ant.
The spider attacks without hesitation. It's a female. Summer is breeding season, so she has to eat, even though she's risking her life in the process. She grabs at it and then she pulls back.
That's right.
What's she doing when she does it?
She's trying to avoid the jaws of that ant. She's trying to inject venom. Now, she has to try and get her little fangs that are very small in through that hard casing of the ant.
But it's not just the ant that could kill her. The hot desert sun could too. She'd be protected back in the shade, but she can't take her prey in until it's subdued and safe to move. 5 minutes into the struggle, the sun comes out. As the web rapidly heats up, the spider's forced to retreat to its shady funnel. It's now over 100 degrees out on the web. How does she know the ant will still be there when she comes back?
She doesn't, but she doesn't have a choice, because if she heats up and she goes into a stupor, she'll die. She'll cook. But they're hungry, so they have to try for everything.
She's back within a minute for a quick check on her victim. Now it seems safe to take in. Susan thought she had her desert spiders pretty well figured out until one day she discovered the spiders who live up in this canyon. This is a test for aggression. 2 males are placed on a web built by a female who's been removed. Immediately, one male takes possession of the web funnel, looking for the female. Susan's seen this kind of face-off many times in the wild. The result can be anything from one spider's running away to a fight to the death. These are both aggressive, dry land spiders, so neither is prepared to back down. In fact, after he's first driven off, the attacker heads right back to the web funnel. Inside the funnel, the defender slowly edges toward the attacker, who's lurking just outside. They're both looking for a fight. When it finally erupts, it's ferocious. In a surprise reversal, the attacker, now on the left, bites the defender's leg and hangs on. It could all be over. But then the defender pulls free, scares the attacker off, and pauses to nurse his leg. He once again takes possession of the funnel. But it's not over yet. The defender wants the attacker well clear of the area, but the attacker stays lurking nearby. This particular confrontation took about 2 hours, although Susan seen them run for an entire day. The end came like this, with a vicious tangle that was going to lead to death until the referee stepped in.
I've got them separated.
Susan doesn't want to lose any of her spiders. The aim is to score them for aggression, mark them, and then see how they do back in the enclosure. The contestants will be returned within the hour. There are about 1,500 spiders within the enclosure, and Susan has caught and tested every one. There's a mating going on between an aggressive dry land male who came down the hill and a timid river female. It would have gone something like this, with the male cautiously approaching while doing his mating dance to signal his intention to the female. Both spiders have to be careful because things can turn ugly pretty quickly. A fight could start, especially if male and female are very aggressive. Or if one's too aggressive and the other's too timid, then the timid one might simply run away. But in this case, wedding bells ring out and the tough, dry land male wins his shy bride from the river. The happy couple will be blessed with about 300 kids. Susan's been following the spiders in her enclosure for 20 years now.